determined to know what the apes want, war or peace.
All right, hi, this is Orlando Jose. You're on DCTV News here at Wondercon here in San Francisco, 2011. And tell everybody who you are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Don Pedro Colley. I'm an actor who got his training here in San Francisco in the 60s in the theater and found that I needed to make some money, so I went to Hollywood with it and had good agents in the beginning, and everything was wide open, and I provided them with the training and confidence in the background. So the first 8 years, boy, I worked on something every other week. I was on something brand new.
So I see like the movie Planet of the Apes. So how can you tell me a little bit about that?
That was my very first feature film that my agents had gotten me into. I had really wonderful people, so powerful in the entire business that they could call up producers and directors like at 20th Century Fox or Paramount or Universal, and they would say, hey, we just read this new story that you're getting ready to do. Put our client in it. And they would say, well, yeah, but the part is for a white guy. And they would say, well, we don't care. Put our client in there.
Right.
And they would put it in there. And then they come to me and they'd say, are you ready to do the job? I said, yeah, no problem. You can count on me all the way. So I get, I had been taken to Broadway in New York City, and I was James Earl Jones' understudy in The Great White Hope on Broadway. And as an understudy, they kept me as an understudy. So I called my agents and I said, hey, they're not going to let me get on stage up front. They said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Next thing I know, I'm doing Beneath the Planet of the Apes at 20th Century Fox. Got my own dressing room, got my own billing, man. And we started out a month before production, getting costume fittings, getting sizing for our masks and molds made for us and so forth.
How long did that take, getting the mask together, trying to get you all set up?
Okay, the process is they brought you in, you sit in your barber chair. They say, okay, now we got this warm, gooey mass of stuff thing that we put over your face. If you get claustrophobic or freaky in there, just wave your hand and we'll get you out of it. So they stick 2 straws in your nose and then just put this goop all over you. And I said, well, I guess what I'll do, I'll just sit in here and go to sleep. I can breathe when it's warm, it's nice, what the hell. They woke me up in about 40 minutes, I guess, and they take the 2 halves off your face, 2 halves, and they tie them together with rubber band or whatever. And it's a mold now. Now they pour a rubber substance in that mold and let it sit for a few minutes, and then they pour the excess out, let it dry, take the 2 halves apart, and you have a perfect mask of your face. Perfect shape, perfect mask of your face. The only difference is that there's openings for around your mouth and around your eyes. So then when they glue you in this whole thing, starting from the back, from clear down here to down in here, and the rest is all glued in, then they take like a plastic model car stuff, and you peel it off, and they glue, those are the blood vessels in the veins in your face, and they paint that in. Okay, 4:30 in the morning, we start. 9:30 in the morning, they roll us out to the set to go to work. And in the process, they say, don't sweat. You sweat, you break loose the mold, you got to go back, you're holding up production, we don't want to use you anymore. So
Don't you just hate it where they go, oh, one more take, and then they go, and it's like 12 more, and you're like, ah.
I did a commercial like that once. I couldn't believe it. We're up in the rocks, these are digging in your knees and your back, and we were a bunch of cowboys trying to get away from somebody. We'd stole these cases of beer. It was a little bit like Sundance and Butch Cassidy. 42 takes later.
Okay.
Okay, they're paying us, and it was a good job, but golly, come on. Commercials work so much different than almost anything else. They're looking to capture only split seconds, or a half a second, a quarter of a second is all they're trying to capture. And sometimes it takes 40 takes over and over to get the right thing.
So, being at that movie for Planet of the Apes, have you watched all the other films, like the other series that they made? Pretty great.
I've seen the first 2. The last three were pretty good tongue-in-cheek, you know. The one that Mark Wahlberg did was, in my estimation, total junk.
So being in this, the movie business, you know, you get to meet like some people that you want to meet, any celebrities and actors.
Oh God, yeah. I worked with Jack Palance. Of course, meeting a personal friend of James Earl Jones. I worked with the Starsky and Hutch people. I loved that. I could go on and on. I can't even remember all the folks that I have worked with because I did about 80 television shows. I did a Virginian. I was a bad guy on the Virginian. We were bounty hunters, and we were holed up in this canyon, and they were about ready to blow us up and shoot us out of the place. The fellow that I was working with was this tall blonde fella. He was one of our gang members, you know. He came to me one day, he said, Don, as soon as I get over this thing, I'm on my way to New York to star in a movie, and I don't think I'll ever have to worry about it again. I said, yeah, John, what? Midnight Cowboy. John Voight, the father of Angelina Jolie. So I've known John a lot of years, long time. He's big, I'm there, he's big, so what the heck. But by the year 2000, I felt I did all that I could do. There's a lot of other jobs out there, but the quality of the business is more interested in reality television, which does not invest them with writers and construction crew people, and it's so much easier to set up a camera and run a bunch of people in front of it and call it reality television, you see? And to spice it up, they give you a little script, okay, you got to fight each other. Or something stupid, you know, like there's two girls that are rolling around on the ground the other day. I swear.
So, like, is this like your first time ever being in Wondercon before?
I've been coming to Wondercon since it was over in Oakland. I was there the last season, and then they moved from there over to here. So I don't know, it's been at least 10 or more years, I don't know. I come every year, hang out, sell a few, talk to a lot, and I'm happy.
That's good, that's good. So like, for like any actors out there that try to become an actor or something, is there like a message you would like to say to them?
Focus, focus, focus. If you want to be an actor, that's fine. If you want to be an actor just to get your face out there and be cute and, you know, hang out with Lindsay Lohan and, you know, make all that money and party and drive around in Bentleys, yeah, that'll last for about a year or two, you know. If you want to be an artist is like a writer who writes not one book, but one after another, and is better known for. A painter whose work, he just paints his work, you know, and it's so good that everybody recognizes it. Well, that's longevity. To do the thing that you do so that you don't have to go out and drive a taxi cab or dig a ditch or any of those things, any of those level of things. Not that it's not honorable work, it's not what you do. And you're wasting your time if you think you can do it and get away with it. If you're forced into it, then that's a survival mode. You got to go put down all those other parts and survive.
Right, well, so thank you for your time, Don.
Well, thank you for the interview, man.
All right, no problem. This is Orlando Jose with DCTV News here at WonderCon.